First question: why do we seek to make disciples? Well, there are many good biblical answers to that question, and many of them will be right as they relate to the passages that you are reading. We want to pick one particular passage that will help us understand this even better. And this comes from the book of Mark, chapter 1, verse 17. Mark 1:17 reads, "Follow me," Jesus told them, "and I will make you fishers of men." In that very short verse, we see two things that will help us answer the question of why do we seek to make disciples. The answer to the question of why we seek to make disciples is that is our identity. According to this passage, our identity has two sides. It says, "Come, follow me." So the first part of our identity is to be followers of Christ. So this shows that we are followers. The next part of our identity is to be fishers of men. That's my simple fish. And so we see that our identity has two sides. To follow and to fish. In order for our identity to be complete, it needs to have both sides. We need to be both followers of Christ, and we also ought to be fishers of men. In order to understand this better, we can look at an analogy or example. Here I have a coin. This coin has two sides. If I went to purchase something with this coin, the person that I'm purchasing that thing from will take this coin and give me what I'm purchasing because of the identity of this coin, and he or she will be able to recognize it for the value that it has. Now, if I took this coin and took a file and I erased the markings on one side so that it was completely smooth and presented it to a shopkeeper, they'd probably look at the coin and refuse to accept it. The reason being is that the coin's identity is incomplete. In order for this coin's identity to be complete, both sides have to be there. If one side is missing, the identity is incomplete. In the same way, for our identity to be complete, we need to have both sides, to be followers of Christ and to be fishers of men. Following Christ is doing things like reading your Bible, praying, fasting, going to church, and all those things we do to foster our relationship with Christ. Being a fisher of men is reaching out to others to share with them that which God has shown you, so that they too can understand the gospel, be saved, and also grow and mature in their faith so that they can be able to reach out to others. So in order for our identity to be complete, we need to be both followers and also fishers of men. Indeed, it is possible, and we do see in our churches that some people are following, but they're not fishing. And so we want to encourage us to ensure that as we look at ourselves, we want to have a complete identity. Why do we seek to make disciples? Because it's our identity. Our identity, according to Mark 1:17, has two parts: being followers of Christ and fishers of men, and we want our identity to be complete. Now find a neighbor or a friend and share with them why we seek to make disciples using Mark 1:17 and telling them about our identity. If you're by yourself, go ahead and practice this on your own.